When you hit a lob in doubles and the other team is going to play an overhead, it's important that if your partner is at the net, they retreat back behind the baseline. Now, if the lob is good, meaning that the other team can't play an overhead, then it's safe for you and your partner to go to the net. So I'm going to break down this point piece by piece and show you the improvements that I think can be made. The point begins and the baseline player who is circled in yellow lobs the ball. He lobs cross court, but you can see right away that the net player on the other team starts moving to his right to intercept it. Now right here, the net player circled in yellow needs to get out of there and retreat all the way behind the baseline because the lob is not great. What would have been even better though is if the baseline partner who just hit the lob yelled for his partner to retreat back after realizing that his lob could be attacked. But regardless, the net player who is watching this overhead unfold still has time to retreat back behind the baseline if he turns and runs. Now the far side net player who is circled in yellow hits the overhead at the opposing net player, which is a good strategy because when you have an offensive volley or overhead, you should hit at the player that is closest to the net. But unfortunately, it doesn't work out for him because the player in the white makes an amazing half volley. Now back to my point though, had the net player in white moved back behind the baseline after the lob was hit, he would have had a good opportunity to win the point with a strong forehand or backhand to the open court. Because look at the opposing team here. They are both standing on the same side of the court with no one to cover the opposite side. So we see the point continue after the overhead and the half volley, and then eventually the baseline player lobs again. But this time notice how his partner in the white retreats back behind the baseline. So now if the opposing net player hits a good shot, the players on the near side are both in better positions to defend. The only thing I don't like is that the player in white backpedals when retreating instead of doing a turn and run. To recap, it's important that if you lob when your partner is at the net, you bring them back to the baseline with you if there's any chance of your opponent hitting a strong overhead.